late night chop up, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing a late night chop up. How y'all living? What's going on with y'all guys? What is going on with the family? Welcome to the room on this lovely late night. It's what got to be 3, 4 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. Shout out to y'all. Y'all be up though, especially in New York. It'd be 4, 5 in the morning. Y'all be up going to a damn club. But what's up, man? I ain't tapped in with y'all in a few days, so I'm just seeing what's going on. I get calls in a minute. Um, by the way, guys, the movie Microphone Check in theaters this May. You guys go to microphonecheck.com to get your tickets. Microphonecheck.com. Phenomenal film, going to be in theaters all over the country. This is the documentary of hip hop to end all documentaries. This is the end all be all of hip hop documentaries. This is a phenomenal piece, phenomenal historic piece to put everything in perspective. You go get your tickets at microphonecheck.com. More cities are going to be added this week. Right now on the website, we got tickets for Los Angeles, Detroit, New Orleans, Dallas, Atlanta, New York, and DC. This week, we will have tickets up for Indiana. Um, what other city? San Diego, Chicago, and there is in the Bay Area. The Bay Area. So we're spreading it out. It's going to be all over the place. What's up, Nikki the God? I see you, beloved. So again, microphonecheck.com to get that. How's everybody doing, man? We up here chilling, making it do what it do. I hope everybody out there on the East Coast or in Baltimore is safe. You know, they're still doing the investigation with that ship hitting the bridge. So hopefully everybody's good. Hope things get back to normal out there. That's a tragedy, but people are still kind of looking at that funny style. They don't know, if it was an accident. And from what I understand, the people on the ship were some East Indian cats. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of conspiracy swirling around. Some people are saying that they could have been a terror attack. I don't know. I don't know, but there's a lot of things out there. And no stone should be unturned. I'll say that. No stone should be unturned. We should look at every angle, every possibility of what's going on out there. You dig? We're gonna get some calls in a minute. I see the OnlyFans people are up in here. What's up, Harley? When it's late night, we get the Amazon workers and the OnlyFans folks. So shout out to the OnlyFans workers doing their thing. All right. And hope you guys are following me on my YouTube at Tariq Radio on my YouTube channel. All right, y'all raise your hand if y'all want to get on here so we can chop it up real quick. Everybody, if you want to get on, you raise your hand and then we'll chop it up because I ain't going to be on too long because it is late. I just wanted to say hello to everybody and I get some calls, but y'all got to raise those hands to let me know you're in the building. What's up, Dominic? I see you, brother. And by the way, we're having an event at the Hidden History Museum April 13th. April 13th. So you guys got to stay tuned for that April 13th, ladies and gentlemen. And we're still getting the DC event together, the Rally for Reparations. I'm still trying to, figure out who all we're going to get to speak. I want to get Brother Reza, Sister Dr. Mayat, phenomenal sister, Brother Afro Elite, Black Alpha Network. Throw some more names. Who would you guys like to see? Who would you guys like to have us bring up there? Y'all throw some names at us. What's up? What's up, Layla? Hop on, Layla. You turn your microphone on, brother. All right, turn the microphone on, sir. We don't have time for the janky microphone people. Let's get Tyron Leong. All right. All right. All right. Tyron, you want to get on? All right. Okay, so let's try this Layla guy. All right. What's going on with this thing? I'm trying to add people and it's saying error messages. What the hell is wrong with this thing? I'm trying to add some people to speak. Okay, the Layla guy, can you speak? Because there's some weird stuff going on with the thing here. All right. TL Powell, what's up, brother? Some weird things going on here. I'm trying to get people to speak, and I'm letting them
How
on.
you doing, Tariq? What's going on with you, man?
I'm good, man. How are you, brother?
Man, I was just sitting here looking at the situation up in Baltimore, the bridge, and living up. I'm from Philly, and I'm down here in North Carolina. I used to take the 696, and I never knew that something like that would ever happen. Just hanging around in Baltimore, when I was young. And I looked at the photo and pictures and video of every angle, and I got a lot of questions, man. I got a lot of questions, especially how that cargo ship it has a backup generator. As a matter of fact, I found out it has two backup generators. And I'm trying to figure out, how that thing lose power and it has backup generator. Then I found out that there were two captains on that ship, and it was like a handful of people. And I'm like, wow, it hit that one pillar, but the other pillar is still standing. Then when the bridge broke, I'm looking at the pictures and the video, and it's like there's smoke from when the bridge broke. It's like I said, I got a lot of questions, man. But then right there, I'm gonna land my plane. But thanks for talking to me, man. Y'all have a good one.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Who is this person? Real Tether, who says FFBA. What's up, Real Tether? Real Tether. His profile says FFBA. Hold on, Tyron. You good over there, brother?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up?
What's good? I've been thinking for quite a long time about this thing. Where did you get the term FBA from?
I really got it from Claude Anderson because Claude Anderson would always talk about our lineage and how he used the term Native Black Americans. He would say how Native Black Americans are very unique, and it made a lot of sense. We have our own lineage. And I would use the term Native Black American a lot, but people would oftentimes get confused thinking that we're talking about Black people who are mixed with the red Indians. So it got a little confusing. So
Right.
so instead of saying Native, I said, okay, what it would be better to say foundational Black American, because that's what we really are, and that sets us apart. So that's where I got the term.
Right. So did you learn this from like African Americans Ain't African? Because I'm hearing a lot of stuff that you get from members from that group, like Johnny Aborigine, Carrie
What group?
Davis,
What group?
Alquan.
What group?
African Americans Ain't African Facebook page, because I've seen you use Johnny Aborigine's meme and you reference Wooten Now and these other individuals when you're talking about like American indigenous history.
Right.
And plenty of people, why would you like hyphenate yourself as like a black crayon or uh anything of that nature rather than just calling yourself the indigenous inhabitants of this landmass? Like we carry the name Gullah Geechee, that's Gwaleo Geechee. You got Tuskegee, Tallapoosa, Tuscaloosa, Houma.
Okay. What does Tuscaloosa translate to?
That means Black Warrior River. But
Right.
people, indigenous people, did not
Black
utilize the
warrior.
term. Hold on, brother.
Black warrior. So people did use color designations. Blackfoot Indian, they did use color designations.
That's modern, though. That's when the Europeans arrived. They did not use the word black to describe themselves before European arrival. These are fairly new tribes. What they originally called themselves were other names.
Like what?
You had, for example, the Gullah Geechee. They used to be Gwale Ogeechee. You got the Yamasee. You have all these different groups of people that were reformed into newer tribes.
Right. And
So
we became, and as foundational Black Americans, we were a mixture of the Black Aboriginals who were here, some of the Moors who had traveled over here doing trade, and the African people brought over in slavery. We became a whole new ethnic group. We became foundational Black Americans. So what's the problem with that?
that doesn't really make any sense, sir,
How
because
doesn't it make it
Moors,
make perfect sense?
Moors, that's not even a real ethnicity. What they called they shit was Numidia before it was called Carthage and all that.
What does Carthage have to do with what the Moors? The Moors were just Black people who were in Europe. They weren't a specific tribe. That's what the Europeans called them.
No, they have actual ethnic groups. You have the Berbers, you have the Maori tribe, you have all types of things like that.
Those were just people in the region of North Africa, some of them in Al Andalus. It was not Moors were not an ethnic group. That was just the name that they called Black people in Europe at the time, sir.
Right. So why would you call yourself a Moorish name when you actually have a name from your parents? I don't think that they called you Tariq Allah Nasheed.
Doesn't matter. I'm Tariq Allah Nasheed. I call myself that. So it
What's
doesn't.
your biological name? Like, we're all about genealogy. We don't hide anything. What you see on the screen is my actual name.
Mm-hmm. Where are your parents from? Because my family, my mom, I have several pictures with my mother, my dad, my grandmother. So my family lineage is out there. My parents are out there. People know what my parents look like, my grandparents look like, my kids look like. Where are your parents from?
Oh, both my parents are from the Carolinas.
Mm-hmm.
My surname comes from my great grandfather on my father's mother's side. He
Leon.
was a Chinese man that came over here and married into the indigenous people.
Oh, okay. So you're part tether.
No.
You got an Asian man's name. You're black
Wouldn't you
with an
have part tethered too? I believe that your wife is married to a Hispanic woman, a Hispanic man. Isn't
what?
your sister?
My wife is married to an
I
okay,
mean, like your
so
sister's married to a Hispanic man, and your wife is part Jewish, right? So wouldn't that make your children
prove it.
tethers?
Prove
That
my
doesn't
wife.
make any sense.
Prove it. Wait, no, okay, now prove it. Prove my wife is Jewish or half Jewish.
Oh, we seen your mother-in-law. She's white. She's Connie.
Prove Connie is Jewish.
Oh, we already seen it, bro. The
Where?
whole world knows it.
Well, explain it then, since the world knows
And
it.
we
Explain.
gave you
Then show your proof.
my
Then okay,
brother
since the world
Harco,
no no no
aka
no,
Alquan,
since the
gave you the
world
Jewish
no
test.
no, you're not gonna babble. Show the proof. Since the world knows it, show the proof that my wife is half Jewish.
Can we see your genealogy? Can we
No, no,
see
no,
it?
no, 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 no. You just said it.
Can you present your
You
genealogy? I don't know
just said
why you
it.
like to hide your stuff.
Tetherman, you're babbling. You just said she's
What
Jewish.
is a tether man,
You're,
bro?
you're,
Your
you're, you're
ancestry is white.
dude. You're a Negro Chinese anchor baby, and you're just babbling. You understand? You're babbling like an emotional biatch. You're just saying stuff, sir. You're plebiscite babbling. A lot of you tethers do stuff like that. Y'all do a lot of plebiscite babbling because you don't really have any real knowledge. You understand? So y'all get to lying and plebiscite babbling like tethers usually do.
If I'm lying, why do you get stomped by these white supremacists on the subject of the Aboriginals here? You're constantly using you're constantly using
You're
Jewish people.
sir, you're just babbling. You sound like one of them niggas who went to jail and read 2 chapters of an Elijah Muhammad book or something and misinterpreted everything, and you try to act like you're smarter than what you really are, and you're just a big dumb babbling plebiscite tether. You're not that bright, sir. You need to box in your weight.
Nah, I'm not a
You're not a bright dude. And when dudes have to reduce themselves to lying and talking about non sequiturs, well, your sister's cousin's husband's uncle, that's hoe talk. You sound like a ho, brother.
bro. You're getting into insults.
We don't need hoe ass dudes out here no more. That's the problem. Too many hoe ass dudes who conduct themselves like little hizzos, just saying little emotional stuff because you don't. I'm so thorough, you can't say anything about me. So you have to say,
Wow, then why do you steal from Hardcore, Alquan? I know you steal
who
your FBA delineation from that brother.
who the hell are you talking about? This is what I'm saying. I don't know who no Al Quan is. Nobody knows who you little dusty Negroes are. Again, you little bummy, plebiscite babbling nobodies try to big yourself up and your little loser circles up to be more important than what you really are. Don't nobody know you or any of the people you're naming, sir. That's the reality. And you know that nobody knows you guys. Nobody knows any of you guys. You're a bunch of nobodies and you're fueled with jealousy because you don't.
Wow, then why do you steal content from?
Dude, you're jealous because you don't get respect. And I do. I'm a very well respected gentleman. And you're a plebiscite babbling nobody.
By who? Who are you respected by?
By you, because
Why?
I got a grown man sitting up here making up shit, gossiping like a hoe. That's a sign of respect. That's a sign of respect inadvertently. You're doing it in your own little hoe ass nigga way. What you're saying to me is, Tariq, you're so thorough, my nigga. I can't even say nothing about you, brother. I gotta make up shit about Jewish mamas and cousin, and you know somebody who went there. You're giving me props inadvertently, sir. But you
Wow, then
talk
how
about
come I'm respected by a chief?
you what?
I'm respected by your Massey chief, Chief Siku Hinigo Ajo.
Sir,
Who
you're
is
not,
your chief? You're
sir,
claiming to be a part of
sir,
Aboriginal tribes,
sir,
but you can't even tell.
sir. You're a musty old dusty nigga with a Chinese last name. You so confused, you don't know what's going on.
Actually, I'm younger than you.
Dude, nigga, by your profile picture, nigga, you look like one of the whispers. So
The
you're not you're
whispers,
not you're not,
really?
you're not living good, sir. If you're younger than me and you look that damn old, well, you need to lay off the narcotics, sir. You look old as damn hell. Even your name is old. Tyron? That's an old nigga name, sir. Niggas named Tyron sell used cars in Bessemer, Alabama. Really, I've never seen a nigga named Tyron under the age of 60. Niggas named Tyron go way back to the 70s. They used to rob liquor stores and sell Quaaludes. So,
Wow, that is hella stereotypical. And I
yeah,
know a lot of Tyrons.
I know I don't.
Your jokes are whack, bro. They fall flat. What are you, bro? Are you from the 70s or something?
Nigga, your plebiscite babbling is whack. Even your plebiscite babbling is out of style. Everything about you is
Define
out of style.
plebiscite.
Like you're using old plebiscite babbling arguments. We is not the black peoples. We is the Naganti tribe of the Turtle Islands. That's old prison nigga talk. Fuck out of here.
No, we don't define it as Turtle Island. We call it Melakee.
Oh nigga, stop it.
That's Melakee. You don't even know the indigenous names
Nigga,
of the Americas, nor Africa. That's sad. You gotta.
nigga, you're just plebiscite babbling, sir. You're plebiscite babbling like a mug. And again, you was a nigga with a Chinese last name. So you a tether anchor baby from a bed winch somewhere deep down in your family somewhere, brother. So that's what it
A
is.
bed winch. Did you call an indigenous person a bed winch?
Yeah.
Wow, you're sad.
Somebody in your family's a bed winch.
Isn't one of your ancestors white?
No,
Can we look at your genealogy? Present it.
I haven't found any white ones in my genealogy.
Oh, we can find plenty of them. Isn't your last name Saunders?
That's my dad's last name. My last name.
Yeah, you're Saunders, right? What's your first name?
Toronto.
That's not my friend. I don't know who the hell Toronto is. What's your first name? Isn't it Marcus?
My name is Toronto Saunders.
Isn't your first name Marcus?
It's Toronto, sir. My name is Toronto.
Oh, and since you bring that clown up, I've been got on him.
Yeah, I'm Toronto.
But sir. I don't really know. We don't really know who you are. What is your real name? Why are you trying to hide from the public?
Sir, I don't have to hide from some plebiscite.
Oh, we know your nigga Umar Johnson's real name, Jermaine Shoemake. Who are you?
All right. Well, sir, you're sitting up here making up stuff about me anyway, so you tell me.
No, you tell us.
No.
We all waiting to know.
You're making it up.
What's your real name?
You tell me.
And you have to live off of scamming people.
So you tell me. Oh, here's the projection.
Whatever happened to that museum, dog?
Projection.
Whatever happened to that shit? Why are you selling Pinterest shit? Why are you selling people fucking?
Is that the jealous tether talk? Here it is.
What is jealous tether talk?
Oh, there it is. That broke jealous tether talk. This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Why you get all that money for a museum and you doing good and shit? There it is. That jealous, dusty nigga talk. Here we go. Oh, there it is. When you see dusty Negroes talk in circles and they make up stuff, the truth comes out. Why you so respected where you can raise money for museums and I'm sitting up here working at Taco Bell? That's what it's all about. Get it out your system, little old jealous fuck nigga.
That's not a museum, bro. That's a liquor store. That's a karate studio. Nigga, that's a abandoned Family Dollar.
And it's better than anything that you or anybody in your family has created. You have not created anything next to the liquor store.
I actually got a clan robe, actually. And I have actual artifacts. You don't.
You don't have nothing. You don't have anything remotely close to what we got with the museum. You're a damn.
Actually, I do. You want to see it?
No, you don't. No, you don't, nigga. No, you don't. You don't have.
Yes, I do. I have actual artifacts. You don't.
You don't have anything. You don't have any institution, no structure, no building, no business, nothing, sir. You're a plebiscite babbling, jealous buffoon.
Actually, I do. I have a puppet show coming up, actually.
Yes, it is. It's called the Little Dusty Musties. You got the Dusty Musty puppet show because it's based on your life. You're a little dusty, musty nigga who's sitting here babbling and making up stuff because you know I'm too thorough to say anything crazy about. In the museum, we got an event coming up in a couple of weeks. Very successful. We get it popping, sir. And you're sitting there upset because you can't get anything successfully popping, sir. And all of your plebiscite babbling.
Guess what? My show.
Your plebiscite babbling falls on deaf ears. Women don't even want to hear that shit. That's why
it's called the Mound House, and I have my.
Oh God, you don't have no Mound House, nothing, sir. Where's the Mound House?
Oh, I actually have it ready.
Where's the what's the website for the Mound House?
There is no website. I already have the artifact on my Instagram.
God. It's never a website, guys. Whenever these Negroes, whenever you say what you got, man, I got something. I got this, man. I got vibranium and I got artifacts. What's your website? Well, the website ain't ready right now. I've been working on it for 15 years because when I roll out, it's gonna change the game. So I've been working on it. Goddamn. Black community. These type of niggas, that has to go. Look, we got to have a talk as the black community. It's black men. This type of dusty niggertree, that's for the birds. Let's have a real talk. I'm so sick of these dusty plebiscite babbling niggas who don't never have anything going, running their damn mouths. Jealous of those of us who actually have tangible things going, where we're employing people and people are enjoying themselves and utilizing our services, and kids are being educated. We're doing things. When you have black men who are building and doing actual things that you can see and touch and go to and enjoy, and then you have these little dusty plebiscite babbling bitch asses sitting in the wings, whining and hating. That has to be, there has to be a reprimand for that. There has to be a reprimand. We got to stop having little bummy Negroes in the community sitting around like little hoes complaining about the builders, because these dudes are very dangerous. Cats like this, and we know that he's an insignificant hater, but cats like this are kind of dangerous for the community. It is. And the thing is, this Negro, he's a wannabe Asian, and he's doing all of this weird plebiscite babbling and very jealous because nobody respects him. And he has an old nigga name. All right, now Tyron, now what's now wrap this up, because I don't really want to engage with dusty jealous Negroes. Now wrap it up, Tyron. All right, and we're gonna get who's this? Pharaoh.
Right now, whatever happened to that More Us app? Why are you still on white social medias?
You just making up shit to whine about. You
No,
whining.
that ain't even made up. You promoted
You
a
whine.
More Us app to the public, and that never launched. And you made excuses about it.
You know what's funny? You do
Whatever
everything.
happened to all your old
You
ventures?
you you watch everything I do, don't you? Look at you. You super
Yep,
fan. You little old super fan nigga on your stomach with pictures
super
of me in the
fan.
wall.
Wow, we know your
You're a super
failed
fan. Look,
pyramid schemes, bro.
Tariq,
We know your failed
bro,
pyramid
look,
schemes.
you're projecting.
And then you got to
You're a
steal from
super
Dan Calloway of all people.
you're a super fan. This dude is a super fan. You know everything I do. I remember your book, The Art of Mackin, Tariq. I read that years ago. I be listening to Mink slide. I went to a Mink slide concert, Tariq, and I was sitting in the front row. You had looked at me. I seen you, Tariq. This is a super fan. He's one of these angry. There's a difference between a super fan and then a disgruntled groupie. This nigga's a disgruntled groupie. You see, this nigga is pretending to be hating, but he knows everything I've done.
I don't understand why you have to be so rude.
What's up, Farrah? How are you, Miss White Lady?
I'm is that Are you saying that in a negative way or a positive?
Do you take being white negative?
I mean, it depends who it's coming from.
Well, if it's coming from anybody, it's true. Now, what are you upset? What are you upset about, Miss Farrah?
Okay. I just feel like your delivery, like when you're speaking, you kind of like talk in like a condescending tone and it comes across as very rude.
Yeah, if somebody's sitting on the phone lying and just saying a bunch of babble, I'm not obligated to be polite to them, right?
I mean, you're not obligated, but like shouldn't you be? Doesn't that set a good example to be
No,
polite?
no. If somebody's saying some horse crap and just making up false narratives, you're not obligated. Nobody's obligated to be respectful to them. Yeah.
Well, I'm not defending Tyrone. I mean, I don't even know who this man is, and
Hmm.
maybe he is shitty. I don't know.
Yeah, he's just jealous. He's a jealous fan. That's all. It's nothing major. So what's your
I,
deal? What you upset about?
I just have a question. I have a question. Like, I know you've made some statements. Because I have some LGBTQ friends,
Okay.
and you made a video called Buck Breaking, I believe it was.
Right. I made a movie. I made a whole movie about it.
A movie, a
Right.
film. So are you homophobic?
What would be homophobic from the movie Buck Breaking?
Well, I'm gonna have to say I didn't watch the film.
So then why would you say am I homophobic if you haven't watched the film?
It was based on just various tweets that you had posted. I mean, like I
Like
don't.
what? Like what tweets were homophobic?
So I've paid attention to you for a while. I don't have a list of all of these tweets and all of these posts.
Name one that was even remotely homophobic.
Like saying that like white men, something about like white men trying to dominate black men, through certain, you know what I mean, physical means.
What's homophobic about that? That's history. The white supremacist male did dominate black men and black women and black people sexually. Historically, that's history. That's not what's homophobic about that when it's the truth.
Well, it's not homophobic to point it out or to say, oh, these people assaulted us. Like that in itself isn't. It's just other things that you've said.
Like what, ma'am? I'm talking about the movie Buck Breaking was a history piece.
Well, can I have a second to find it?
Yeah, but if you make an accusation,
No, it
you
was a
should
question. No, it
already
was a question. I didn't make an
right. But even
accusation.
if
It
you have
was
a
a question.
question, the question is accusatory. Well, you should already have it locked and loaded. You should already have your narrative together.
My apologies.
Right,
It's very last minute.
right. See, this is why people got to be very careful with just slinging around narratives. So historically, and if you watch the movie Buck Breaking, we talk about your community, ma'am, the white community. They've been pretty crappy towards black people, and they've done some horrible things and some horrible things sexually to black people
But
and
that
black.
was, but we have to say that was years ago. Like it's not people, it's not me, it's not my family, it's not
It's
me,
your
it's not my
community.
community at the moment.
Oh, yeah, it is your community, ma'am.
It
Because
it is, but that was hundreds of years ago. I'm half,
not
I'm
no, it wasn't
half
hundreds
of
of
an
years
immigrant.
ago.
Like I'm second generation immigrant.
Not hundreds of years ago. That it happens now. The
What
buck
do you
breaking
what do you
happens
mean
right now.
today?
You have people like Ed Buck. People like Ed Buck. That's right now.
Who the hell is Ed Buck?
Ed Buck was a white man who had several black men he was having relations with who ended up dead in his apartment, and they wouldn't arrest this guy for years. They finally arrested him on a drug charge, but there were dead black men ending up in this man's apartment over and over again. This was recently.
How many people?
It was about was it like three people, like
Eh,
three
So you
something like
think
that.
was he in where did he live? Was this in like in the South or something?
No, it was in Los Angeles. It was out here in Los Angeles,
Well,
West Hollywood.
that's insane. Why didn't they arrest him?
They arrested him on a drug charge eventually because there was so many black men coming out of his damn apartment dead. And that's the thing. You have people like Jeffrey Dahmer, who was buck breaking and raping and killing black
But
men. Other
yeah,
people
that's true.
that right. So let's not do that. It was hundreds of years ago. No, it wasn't.
But
And the
what you're
Jeffrey
talking about,
Dahmers, that's the only one who got caught. He got caught because he got too sloppy. Wait, I wouldn't even say he got sloppy. He didn't get sloppy. They just didn't bother to look in his refrigerator. So
but those are a couple murders in the current like age versus something that was like happening, in the Caribbean hundreds of years ago, like 100 years ago, 200
mhm,
years ago,
right. It didn't
on a
just happen.
bigger scale. It's like there are murderers that assault, all different groups. You know what I
Ma'am,
mean?
ma'am, last week, a white officer and some other white officers, they're on trial in Mississippi right now for basically sexually assaulting some black men in a racial attack down in Mississippi where they were about to sodomize black men. They went into a black man's house and found out he was with a white woman, and they were torturing these black men and torturing them sexually. One of the white officers just got sentenced, ma'am. This just happened. This happened last week. It's not hundreds of years ago. This stuff happens all the time historically. There's always a
But
thing where a
but
white
I'm talking, but
supremacist
the
male.
scale of it
What
is
do
a
you mean
lot
the
smaller.
scale? What do you mean the scale of it, ma'am?
Like you're talking about a small handful of incidents in a country where there's like 300 million people.
Ma'am, it shouldn't happen at all.
I agree. I
That's the
agree. It
problem.
should never happen to any human being. It's disturbing.
Right. So let's not talk about the scale of it. And if we want to go there, we look at black children in particular who were
But I don't. But
wards of the state, and the buck breaking that happens with them on a regular basis, that's systematic. That goes on now. Black children who get taken away from their black families and
okay. But let's
and
because
no,
but
no,
you're
no, no,
just saying
no, no,
white people.
no, because we're gonna put it on out there now. Let's put it on out there because see,
Okay, so what about the
you're doing a
attacks
lot of
on?
splaining for white daddy. See, that's the thing. That's why I say your community because you're doing a lot of splaining. That's why it goes on because you're
Okay,
like
but so what
because
about the black men that
because
harm white women? What about that?
you mean the ones who are in jail? Yeah, they go to jail. If a black man harms a white woman, he goes to jail or he gets punished. Or if a white woman harms a black man, the black man gets punished. Look at Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors was running from a white woman and then he got charged. So yeah, that problem is wrapped up right there. Black men are overly punished for even thinking about harming a white woman. So we don't want to go there, do we?
Well, it still happens, but you don't see me out here, saying negative things against your community, you know.
Yeah, you do. We get
I
locked up.
do.
Yeah, yeah. Your community locks up our community. When we do anything remotely negative to a white woman or whoever, we get locked up immediately. Your community, you get impunity. It's called white supremacy. You can harm black people with impunity.
Well,
That's the
I don't
problem.
support that, Tariq.
Well, you don't do anything to stop it, so you do support it by proxy, man, because you're
So
making excuses.
what would you advise me to do?
You do the same thing y'all do when a black person does something. Y'all make noise. When a black person does something you don't like, you make noise about it. When a black person does something that rubs you the wrong way,
Well,
they
I
get.
make noise when anybody does something that
Oh,
affects me. It has nothing to do with race.
oh,
That's just me on an individual level.
right, 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 right. Um, by the way, do you think that Kyle Rittenhouse acted in self defense? By the way,
Um, I think he should have got received some punishment.
do you think?
Definitely. I
Do
think
you
he got
think?
off.
Do
It's
you
bizarre.
think he? Do you think he acted in self defense?
Um, I haven't looked like deep into the case, but he showed up there with a gun. Just based on the few facts it seems like he was looking for trouble. He showed up with a gun. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? He
Mm-hmm.
shot several people. I mean, how I don't understand what risk these people posed. Two
Right.
people,
Right.
separate incidences.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
he like I don't agree that he should have gotten locked up. And I do agree, like I think he got let off. I think he got off easy, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. But Farrah, you need to watch Bug Breaking. It's a very interesting piece. Very good documentary. Very good, interesting piece. Now, are you LGBT, by the way? Do you identify with LGBT?
I do not.
Okay. Because again, the movie is really about racism. So it's talking about how the white LGBT community, they have practiced the same anti-black racism as the white heterosexual community. So that's why we often get offended when a lot of people in the white LGBT community try to say, well, hell, being LGBT is just like being black. It's very offensive.
No,
Have
I
you
agree with that.
heard? Right, right.
But
So,
then but what about Dave Chappelle, who
what,
basically acts like there are no like black LGBT? It's almost as if there's like they act like. So Dave Chappelle acts like there's the black community and the LGBT community, as if there's no intersecting of the two communities.
like, what do you mean?
Because you can have a black lesbian or a black gay man or whatever.
Okay.
And so he basically was talking about in his documentary. I mean, I was like, sorry, his stand up. I think it might have was it Sticks and Stones I watched, and he was talking about how like there's the gay movement and how like it got so far, and acceptance compared to the Black movement. And it's like, it just that makes zero sense, because it intersects. Like, there are, like, when it comes to like LGBT, it has to do with every race, every nationality, every group.
No,
It's not like you can even compare the two. Like you were saying, you can't compare the two of them.
well, it doesn't intersect. The LGBT, that doesn't intersect. What do you mean? How does the LGBT
Because
community?
there are Black LGBT people.
Right, but they're not accepted into the white LGBT community. They're only used as mascots. The white LGBT community, they discriminate against the Black LGBT people all the time. That's why Black people have to have their own separate Black gay clubs. Just like out in Los Angeles, they had clubs like Peanuts and the Catch. They had to create Black LGBT clubs because the West Hollywood clubs would discriminate against them. And some of our Black LGBT brothers and sisters, they say even on these dating sites, there's a lot of discrimination against them. Though the white LGBT, they look at them as, they really objectify them. They don't really have relationships with them. It's basically
Oh, the
um,
like pornography, how it's
right,
all about.
very exploitative. The relationship they have with the Black LGBT people is extremely exploitive. So yeah, they're not in that community. When you go to some of these white LGBT areas, you don't see Black LGBT business owners. They don't have none of the resources that the white LGBT community has. There's not a Black version of Santa Monica and West Hollywood and all of that stuff. So where's the community with Black people on an equal footing as the white LGBT? Huh?
That's true. That's
Right,
true.
right,
I
right.
can't argue against that.
Yes, indeed. So it's the same exploitation. So there is no intersection. We're still dealing with the same form of white supremacy.
You really, honestly, Tariq, you really explained that perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
You open my eyes every time I come into your space. I just wanted to tell you that you open my eyes.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that, Miss Farah. Thank you so much, dear. Let me get some more people here. All right. All right. We're in here. Where's that dude who had the FBA and all of that? I wanted him to get back up in here. I wanted him to get up in here. Yeah, man, it's a real interesting dynamic. Yeah, we get treated differently on all scales. Black heterosexuals are treated differently. The Black LGBT are treated differently. We're treated differently. Everybody's treated differently. There is no intersection nowhere. See, that's what Black folks don't have to learn. There ain't no damn intersection nowhere. And a lot of Black people try to do the LGBT thing because it sometimes in their minds they think that they're getting away from Blackness. And you're not. You're gonna run right into the same white supremacy. Yeah. We got a lot of people in here in the middle of the night. We got a lot of people in here. Let's get 24, we're 27K. Let's get 27K in here. 27K.
What's going on, boss?
What's, man? I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing well, sir. Did you see the Good Times cartoon trailer?
Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do a broadcast about that this week. I gotta do a whole thing on that. Yeah, y'all gonna have to, I gotta do a whole thing on that. Y'all have to wait. I'll touch on that probably. I'll do a live tomorrow. That's something that I'm gonna have to dedicate a whole show to. Yeah, that's something that I gotta really dissect. Then I gotta show the clip and the whole shebang. So you dig. All right, let's get Samir. Samir, hop in. Samir, hop in.
Yo, what up, Tariq?
What's up, Samir? How are you?
Pretty good, man. I just want to get your thoughts on P. Diddy. Do you think this is going to be the year of exposing all the predators in Hollywood? Um, or do you think, like, obviously we know there's there's higher up that are people that are being protected. The Clive Davises, the Lee R. Cohens, those guys are being protected. We all know that. But do you think this is just going to be limited to P Diddy or other
Right.
people that are involved?
This is, again, like I said on my broadcast last night, this thing with Diddy is revenge from him suing them damn trillionaires. There's that company he sued. He sued a big money company, and they are retaliating on him. He went after the big wigs, and Puffy didn't have the grassroots support like he needed. He went after some big dogs, and they had to pay him out, and it was an embarrassing thing for them. They lost money, so they're getting their revenge on. That's what this is really about. It's a weird thing. I'm seeing people up here caping for the damn feds. I don't know what that's about. There's a lot of new niggas out here. Some of y'all, I don't know when y'all started caping for the feds, believing everything they say. And again, I broke this down on my broadcast last night. And I noticed in the comment section, there are a lot of those Fed sock puppet accounts where it's like, hey man, why you supporting Diddy? Why you up here supporting Diddy and everything? Like, when I see the same comments worded the same way, really going extra, that's that sock puppet Fed shit where they're the feds are sending their people to social media to try to shape narratives. They were doing that same thing with R. Kelly. When they were trying to get R. Kelly, they made sure to have the sock puppets in all of the social media accounts trying to argue down anybody who questioned the narratives. When you start asking some legal questions, hey, what, don't be asking that. What you sound like you supporting? Are you supporting what Diddy did? How you supporting? Okay, that's real extra. I'm asking legal questions. And when you see a lot of those extra ass comments like that, you better believe these are some sock puppet Fed accounts. Because, yeah, regular people ain't really caping for the feds like that. And when we look at the Diddy situation, Diddy's crib got raided, but they're not really telling you why. They're being very vague. Nobody, let's be real, nobody really knows why his houses are being raided. All the Fed said was, yeah, it was a sex trafficking investigation, and that's real vague. So we're asking legal questions. Who is being trafficked? Right? And then when we start asking legal questions, here comes the sock puppet. Wait, Diddy got dirt on him. He is involved in Tupac murder and stole Biggie publishing. Like, what does that have to do with the raid? What is all of this sock puppet Fed talk? What does that have to do with the raid? We're talking about this raid. Why is all this stuff going on? And I'm telling you why I think is going on. It's retaliatory. And then there's a bunch of Negroes out here just, sitting here clapping and applauding because there's some jealousy there. But let's keep it a buck.
From the culture of the American South, where roots hold stories, comes a natural deodorant inspired by generations of wisdom. Introducing Rootwork, the all-natural foundational Black American-based deodorant infused with the magic of High John the Conqueror root. Our unique blend enriched with this legendary root offers 24-hour protection, rooted in the power of nature. Embrace this deodorant that celebrates culture, history, and your well-being. Unlock the magic of Rootwork today. Experience the pure essence of nature. Visit rootworkstyle.com and make the switch to a healthier cultural choice.